going to make a covenant with Abraham's generations, the seed and the generation, from generation to generation, for an everlasting covenant. We have to know that the Israelites, this is not the scripture you can use to prove that the Israelites are not done away with. Understand? And it's another lie that it's another lie that the heathens and even our people in ignorance promote. Read on.
8. And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their power.
See that? What did the Most High say? I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan. For what? Not for temporary possession, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their power. So why the Most High gave us a land for an everlasting possession? You know the Most High is our power perpetually, forever. Even while we're in captivity, the Most High one is our power, is our power. Even while we're exiled from that land for a certain period of time, the Most High is still our power. The Most High is still our God. Let me order a second and get a scripture. Old Genesis again, Ezekiel 11 verse 16. The Most High gave this land of Canaan, wherein Abraham was a stranger, for an everlasting possession, which land we were exiled from at this point in time. And the Most High said what? He will be our power. So the Most High is always our power, even though we are in exile, even though we are from the land that He gave to us for an everlasting possession. And we should also get a clue from that too. If the Most High gave us a land for an everlasting possession, and we no longer in the land, what does that tell you? We're going to be gathered together back again from the land where the Most High scattered us and brought back to that land, the land of Canaan. Understand? So let's see how the Most High deals with us while we're in the land of our enemies, while we're exiled from the land of Canaan.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 11, verse 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Most High thy power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Right. The Most High scattered us far off, cast us far off among the heathens, and have scattered us among the countries. Yet He said, will I be to them a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. And this little place right here in Broward, and Broward Boulevard, this is a little sanctuary to the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, in the country, the land of our enemies. And little churches and schools just like this, throughout America, through the world, where the Israelites are and being gathered back together. This is an example of the Most High being a little sanctuary to us. Always with us, always there, waiting for us to reach out to Him with a contrite heart. Go back to Genesis.
The book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 8. And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their power. Unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generations.
Right. That's what we're supposed to do to have maintained in that land, to have stayed in that land. Keep the covenant that the Most High made with us. keep our end of the bargain. But evidently we didn't do that. That's why we bring this condition in right now. He's scattered through the four corners of the earth. Okay, let's get Psalm 78, verse 6 to 7.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 67. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph and chose not the tribe of Ephraim, but chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion.
Hold on a second, Give me Psalm, before they get Psalm 78, give me Psalm 105, verse 7.
The book of Psalms, chapter 105, verse 7.
Start from verse 4.
Verse 4. Seek the Most High and his strength. Seek his face evermore.
That's what we should be doing, man. Even though we scatter amongst the heathens, the Most High says there's a little sanctuary among us in the land of our enemies. What we gotta do to find the Most High? Seek the Most High evermore with all our strength. Read.
Verse 5. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders and the judgments of his mouth.
Right, remember the miracles that the Most High performed in Israel. Understand our forefathers wrote those things down in the Bible for our learning in these last days to convince us evermore of the greatness of the Most High, the powers of the Most High. And we should hold fast to those and continue to have those great works and marvelous deeds that the Most High did in our remembrance. Read.
Verse 6. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen.
See that? That's the seed of Abraham right there. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. We are the seed of Abraham, man. The chosen seed of Abraham. We know Abraham had many children. We just have Isaac. But the covenant that the Most High made with Abraham that was passed on down. Abraham's first son, who was Abraham's first son? You know Abraham's first son? Hamas, you know? Abraham's first son? But who was Abraham's first son? All right, see, that's why we gotta know. So we gotta go with stuff like this. Hold this to get me. Go back to Genesis. Genesis 17, verse 19. Isaac was not Abraham's first son. Ishmael was Abraham's first son. Who's Ishmael? The father of the so-called Arabs right now. Understand? But even though Ishmael was Abraham's first son, the covenant that the Most High made with Abraham was not renewed with Ishmael, but with Isaac. Understand? Because a lot of the Arabs and the Muslims, they have that boast. They're trying to make a boast, you know, because they read that Ishmael would be a great nation too. So they try to, you know what I mean, pop themselves up as the covenant was made with them, even because they're Abraham's seed. But they're not the seed that the Most High made a covenant with. They're not the seed that the Most High chose. Understand? That seed was on Isaac. We're going to read about it right here. Go ahead. Ishmael was Abraham's first son that he had with Hagar. They read about it. Read it in Genesis. Hagar was Sarah's handmaid. Sarah was barren for a while and couldn't have children. So she gave Hagar, her handmaid, to Abraham for Abraham to have children with. And Abraham had for his first son, Ishmael, through Hagar. But the covenant the Most High made was not established with Ishmael, but with Isaac, when Sarah later had a son. Understand? After, so Genesis 17, verse 19.
The book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 19. And the Most High said, Sarah, thy wife, shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him.
See that? The Most High said, Sarah indeed shall have a son. And he was going to establish a covenant that he made with Abraham with Isaac, the son that Abraham would have with Sarah, and with the seed after him. Which we know who's the seed after Isaac? Who's the seed after Isaac? Okay. Read on.
Verse 20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation.
Yes, and the Most High acknowledged that Ishmael was Abraham's son. And of course, Abraham wanted well for Ishmael. But the covenant was not made with Ishmael, even though a great nation came from Ishmael. Read.
Verse 21. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. And he left off talking with him, and the Most High went up.
See that?
From Abraham.
But my covenant, as per verse 21, but my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. Go ahead, brother.
So Sarah is Abraham's wife.
Abraham's wife.
Isaac's wife.
Isaac was just being born. Later on, we're going to read Isaac was Rebecca. Isaac was just born. You know what I'm saying? Read about her. Isaac wasn't even born. But Isaac's wife was Rebecca.
Oh, so who's Isaac's father?
Abraham. Right? We can tell we get some time, brother, to read Genesis about the history and our birth, you know. Coming up soon, we're going to watch about the birth of a nation. We're not turning. Okay, we need to also know about the birth of the Israelite nation. And to get a good sense of it, start from the beginning, you know. Abraham. Well, Abraham had Isaac had Jacob. Jacob had the 12 sons, and hey. And so on and so forth to this generation. We are from the bloodline, the seed line, the lineage. Understand?
So that means Isaac was born second, right?
Huh?
Isaac was the second son?
Yeah, Isaac was the second son. All right. And the covenant was made with Isaac. The covenant the Most High had with Abraham was reinstituted with Isaac. You follow that? Okay. All right. So here we read. Let's get back to Psalm 105.
The book.
Are you writing the scriptures down, man? That's how you get to learn all this stuff. You know, you write these scriptures down, and when you have time, you go over them, you read it, and get visualize it. You know, get this on into your consciousness. You know, have knowledge of this, man. This is for your learning. I mean, you saw it right down that you hear it right now and you understand it, but hey, you can write the scriptures down so you can refer back to the scriptures, you know, You may get a good grasp of it. I mean, so when the brothers come, you know, bring out, you know, bring a notepad or something and a pen, write the scriptures down. Psalm 105.
The book of Psalms, chapter 105, verse 6. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is the most high all power. His judgments are in all the earth.
O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. Understand, the Most High God, many nations got created in this earth, but the chosen of the Most High was Jacob, the nation of Israel. Read.
Verse 8. He has remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations.
See that? He has remembered his covenant forever. So the Most High is very much aware of us. The Most High never forsook us. It's a little sanctuary to Israel in the land of our enemies. He remembered his covenant that he made with Abraham forever to 1,000 generations. And that 1,000 means perpetual. Understand? So, hey, we gotta be mindful that we gotta keep our end of the bargain. Keep the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. Which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant.
See that? The same covenant the Most High made with Abraham, he did the same with Isaac and confirmed it for a law to Jacob and to Israel for an everlasting covenant. So we are still under the covenant. It ain't changed. We are still the Most High's people. Understand? Read verse 11 now.
Verse 11.
What did the Most High say in this covenant? Read verse 11.
Saying, unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance.
See that? The most saying, unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of his inheritance, the lot of your inheritance. Hold that. Get Deuteronomy 32, verse 8. See, the Most High, when the Most High was the Most High, the Most High, when he made this covenant with Abraham, he had Israel before Isaac was even born, and obviously before Jacob was even born. The Most High, visualized this whole thing. How does it remind people when we were born, man? That's how much the Most High loved us. The Most High made a covenant with us before we were even in existence. And furthermore, we're going to read something too. The Most High had it before Israel was a nation. The Most High decided how much land he was going to give to the other nations before we were even born, before we were even a nation. Deuteronomy 32, verse 8.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, and verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
See that? When did the Most High divide to the nation their inheritance? At the Tower of Babel. Remember, all the nations were on one accord, one place, all up on top of each other, trying to be in one accord against the Most High, following Nimrod, building cities, being in one accord and building cities, with wickedness. And the Most High confounded the language. So they couldn't understand each other. Since they couldn't understand each other, they couldn't communicate with each other to be in one accord or in agreement with each other. And the Most High divided those different nations, give them their own respective land. Understand? The Most High did that. When the Most High did that, he had Israel in mind. He knew how many Israelites he was going to put on the earth. I knew how much land he would have needed. So based on that, he decided how much land to give to the other nations. So that's what the most I love Israel. To determine how much land was going to be to the other nation based on the size of Israel. So the land of Canaan that the Canaanites are living in, the land of Canaan, the Most High would have predestined that land to be Israel's everlasting possession. So we can't be, swayed by the people when they tell us, hey, Egypt is our homeland, Africa is our homeland, Ethiopia is our homeland, and all that. We know that's a lie. We know what the word everlasting means. It don't change. Understand? Now get Psalm. Get Psalm 87. Right up in Psalms. Get some more Psalms. And this Psalm 87 is one of the main Psalms that the Rastafarians use. Because you read about the New Jerusalem, not knowing that the New Jerusalem is talking about the same old Jerusalem being built up. So they put a spin on that and say, hey, the New Jerusalem is talking about Ethiopia. Oh yeah. Because every time they see the word Ethiopia, they get orgasm. They lose their mind. See. Psalm 87, start from verse 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 87, verse 1. His foundation is in the holy mountains.
That's the Most High's foundation. Read.
The Most High loveth the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob.
The Most High loveth the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. What does the gate signify? The place of residence. Your home, the gate, your house, place of residence, your habitat. The Most High, he loveth the gates, meaning the habitat, the place of residence of Zion, more than all the dwellings of Jacob. What does that mean? Some people twist this around and say, see, I mean, the gates of Zion is different from the dwellings of Jacob. That's what they're trying to say. The Most High loveth the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. So that's what it's saying. If you don't read precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, which is all we got to do. Establish a proper context of what this is really saying, to see what this is really saying. Hold the Psalms 87 and get Psalm 78, verse 6 to 7. To understand what it means by Most High loveth the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Is Zion separate from the dwellings of Jacob? Or is Zion one of the dwellings of Jacob? We're going to find out. Psalm 78, verse 6 to 7.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 67. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph and chose not the tribe of Ephraim.
See, the Most High refused the tabernacle of Joseph and chose not the tribe of Ephraim. Meanwhile, the Most High didn't choose Ephraim. Even after the Most High divided the kingdom into two, northern and the southern kingdom, the Most High meant for all the tribes to come to Jerusalem to keep the major high holidays, Passover, Feast of Tabernacles, those. The Most High meant for that to happen. The Most High chose Jerusalem to build a temple. The temple that Solomon built. Read again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 67. Moreover, he refused the tabernacle of Joseph and chose not the tribe of Ephraim, but chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion, which he loved.
See that? But chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion, which he loved. So when you read about Mount Zion, even though in other cases Mount Zion represents all Israel. So when we just read in Psalm 78, Psalms 87, where the Most High, when we read that the Lord loved the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. He said he loved the gates of Judah more than all the dwelling places, because that's where they built the temple. I understand that's in Jerusalem. That's where they built the temple. That's what the Most High is saying. He's not saying that Zion is a different location outside of Israel. Read verse 68 again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 68. But chose the tribe of Judah, the Mount Zion, which he loved.
Right?
And he built his sanctuary like high palaces, like the earth which he hath established forever. He chose David also his servant, and took him from the sheepfolds.
Right. See that the Most High chose Zion to Judah. But of all the tribes, but of all the different dwelling places of Israel. I mean the temple there. That's what that's talking about when it says in Psalms 87. Also get me in the Apocrypha. We're gonna go up to Psalms 87. And also get the Apocrypha, Tobit 1 verse 4. Tobit. Oh, Tobit? Yeah. Who was the front? Tobit in the Apocrypha, towards the front of the Esdras. Like the second, Tobit 1 verse 4.
The book of Tobit and Apocrypha, chapter 1 and verse 4. And when I was in my own country, in the land of Israel, being but young, all the tribe of Naphtali, my father fell from the house of Jerusalem, which was chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, that all the tribes should sacrifice there, where the temple of the habitation of the Most High was consecrated and built for all ages.
Right. And when I was, this is Tobit speaking, and when I was in my own country, in the land of Israel, it says Tobit, being but young, from a young man, all the tribe of Naphtali, the tribe that he's from, my father fell from the house of Jerusalem, which was chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, that all the tribes should sacrifice there, where the temple, the habitation of the Most High, was consecrated and built for all ages. So that's what that's talking about. Jerusalem was chosen. Zion was chosen. Of all the tribe of Israel, of all the dwelling places of Israel. So that's what Psalms 87 is talking about. When the Most High said it, he lowered the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. It doesn't mean that he loved Zion is another location in another country. It's a dwelling place within Israel. And of all the dwelling places within Israel, he prefers Zion. And there he built the temple. Understand? That's what that's talking about. Zion will be the temple where the Judites, tribe of Judah lived. And that's where the Most High required all the tribes through all the land of Israel to come to and keep the high holy days. Yes. Now get back to Psalms 87. And read verse 2 again. Keep going forward.
The book of Psalms, chapter 87, verse 2. The Most High loveth the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Glorious things are spoken of thee, O city of Most High.
Right, numerous things spoken of thee, or city of the Most High. Numerous things spoken of thee, city of the Almighty. Yeah, numerous things spoken of Zion, man, a lot of rich history. Read on.
Selah. Verse 4. I will make a mention of Rahab
Which is another name which are a name from Egypt. Read.
and Babylon to them that know me.
Right, so the Most High is about the names of various cities now, famous cities during the time. Cities of renown. Cities of, say great man, because they're a nation of great men. You have great warriors too. You have civilizations. Understand? But that's beside the point. Read.
Behold, Philistia.
Yeah, the Philistines, Goliath, they were mighty warriors. They gave Israel a lot of hard time, right? The Philistines. Understand? So they were great warriors, they are great cities. Most times they make mention of that. Read.
And Tyre.
And Tyre, so that's one of the cities along the coast of Palestine. A merchant city that did a lot of trading. And the people of that region got rich. They do that on the west coast of Palestine. And with all the coast, all the ships from various parts of the world, like a port, come there to and from. And they make a lot of money, man, trade. Read.
With Ethiopia.
With Ethiopia. You got the Kush, they're great empires too. So the Most High is mentioning that. Read.
This man was born there.
See, a lot of Rastafarians, when they see this, Ethiopians say, this son was born there. They're twisting things around. Oh, see, it's talking about Haile Selassie. That's what they said. This is one of their famous scriptures, Psalm 87. So that's why brothers need to be aware of this Psalm 87 to know exactly what it's talking about. So the key things you need to know about is that the Zion, they say the Most High loved the gates of Zion more than all the dwellers of Jacob. It's talking about Zion being a dwelling place, a location within Israel that the Most High chose upon the dwelling place in Israel. Zion is not talking about another dwelling place outside of Israel, which the Rastafarians try to say, hey, it's Ethiopia. The new Jerusalem. Read.
Verse 5. And of Zion it shall be said, this and that man was born in her, and the highest himself shall establish her.
Right. So this and that one is born in Zion. David, the great man. Solomon, all those great men, born in Zion. I understand the Most High established Zion. Established Jerusalem, a city of renown. So those are the two of the key things we need to be mindful of. Understand that the Zion is talking about Judah, dwelling place in Israel. Understand that the Most High chose to be the temple. Okay, and I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know me. Behold, Philistia and Tyre and Ethiopia, this one was born there. And of Zion shall be said, this one was born in her, and the highest himself shall establish her. Establish Jerusalem, and the chosen city of all Israel. Now let's go back. Let's get Ezekiel. Ezekiel 11, verse 16.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 11, verse 16.
Oh, I think we already read that, right? Oh, yeah, we read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did read that. Now give me Ezekiel 16, verse 2. I'm in the book of Ezekiel.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 2. Son of man, call
From
Jerusalem.
verse 1.
Verse 1. Again, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, cause Jerusalem to know her abomination.
Right, the Most High said, Son of man, cause Jerusalem, symbolic of all Israel, not just physically the people of Jerusalem. That's why because it's a big city. Cause Jerusalem to know her abomination.
And say, Thus saith the Most High power unto Jerusalem, Thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother an Hittite.
And say, Thus saith the Most High unto Jerusalem, Thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. See, the Most High reminds us, the land of Canaan is our homeland. It's another scripture we need to be mindful of. The land of Canaan was our homeland, even though we became a nation in slavery in Egypt. The Most High predestined this land to be our homeland before we were even born. Give it to our forefathers. But right here it says, Thy father was an Amorite and thy mother an Hittite. Of course, we can't take this literal. You got to know when the Most High is sarcastic or the Most High being, speaking of metaphorically. It says, Thy father was an Amorite and thy mother an Hittite. You know, the Amorites and Hittites were Hamites, the original inhabitants of the land. So the Most High said, hey, you're not from the lineage, you know that. I'm just saying, hey, this land was yours even while they were living there. Even while they inhabited that land, this land was predestined to be yours for an everlasting possession. That's all that is saying. And then let's get Jeremiah 16, verse 14.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, and verse
14. Jeremiah 16, verse 14.
Okay. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. You know, that used to be the talk of the town. Everyone were aware of the greatness, the wonderful, the marvelous work that the Most High did in parting the Red Sea so the Israelites could escape from the bondage under Pharaoh. That was the talk of the town. That's how Israel got its name. And when the heathens heard about us, man, heard that we were coming by their land, they started trembling. They started trembling. They said, these are the people of the Most High, the God that opened the Red Sea. These are the people, terrible God. These are some treacherous people. These are the people who destroyed nations before them, conquered their land. They started trembling when they heard we were coming back. To the point that they were doing the even when we promised to pay for the food and water, they said, hey, no, we can't pass through here. And they would attack us then. One of the main nations that attacked us through the Amalekites. The Most High said, never forget that. Never forget how the Amalekites attacked us from behind when we were weary. Read it again.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
You ain't gonna be talking about that anymore. What are we gonna be talking about? Read on.
But the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north,
when the Most High limited brought the children of Israel from the land of the north. Where we living right now? Where are we right now?
North America.
We're in North America. Understand? And that's what we're going to be talking about, what the Most High delivered us from the modern day Egypt. That's going to be the new talk of the town, where the Most High delivered us from modern day Babylon. And the nations run about us. That's why the nations are going to be. That's why the nations hold this, and let's get Zechariah 8, verse 11, verse 20. Zechariah 8, verse 20.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 8, and verse 20. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities.
Yeah, this is a future prophecy. It shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities worldwide. Read.
And the inhabitants of one city shall go to another.
They're going to be saying one to another. Just like they did in the past. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of it? What did God parted the Red Sea? Have you heard of how only a few of them destroyed that great kingdom, that great nation? And they're coming this way. What are they going to do? Hey, the same thing's going to happen again. Nations are going to be communicating with each other. Moab is going to be communicating with Ammon, Ishmael, going to be coming with Japheth, and all the different nations, man. I've heard of the so-called Negroes. Them so-called Negroes? The niggas, the pants hanging out behind, them niggas. Making them simple rock music. Them niggas in the ghettos. Them food stamp niggas. Them. They're the Most High people. Yeah, nah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be the talk of the town. The niggas in the ghettos and stuff. You got to be king. But that's going to be the talk of the town. Read on.
And the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Most High, and to seek the Most High hosts. I will go also.
Right. That's what they're going to be saying. They're not saying that right now because they're ruling. They got everything they need and more. Understand? In the glory, man. They're in their salvation. What is salvation? Rulership. Salvation doesn't mean that you're living or existing. That's why some people say, hey, you ain't living, you just existing. Living is even living it up, the good life, so to speak. Luxury, living luxury, having everything you need. The big house, the fancy car. The men and women, land, royal possession. They got that. So they're not seeking the Most High right now. Even our people, a lot of our people. They don't want to hear nothing about the Most High. Somebody, hey, they even sold their soul, man. Knowing what they were doing was wicked. Just to get royal riches. That's how the Most High said, hey, they were stocking up the treasures of earth. Stock up the treasures in heaven. That's what they're going to be doing, stocking up treasures in heaven. How do we do that? By keeping the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how you can get in the Most High's good side. A records of righteousness being made on your behalf by the angels. So when the books are open, we say, he did this. Kept all the Sabbath, our holy days, Day of Atonement. Understand? That's so you stop treasures in heaven, man. Read.
Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Most High host in Jerusalem and to pray before the Most High.
Right, that's what they're going to do. This is what all these great nations are going to be doing. Many people and strong nations will come and see the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem and to pray before the Most High. We're not in Jerusalem right now. And this is a future prophecy. It hasn't happened yet. So when we return, are about to be returned to Jerusalem, that's what these nations are going to be doing. Read.
Verse 23, thus saith the Most High of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations.
See that? Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the Most High, in those days it shall come to pass, future prophecy, that 10 men, the 10, not literally, you know that 10, 10 millions, hundreds of millions, whatever. People of other nations, of all languages and nations. Read on.
Even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you.
That's what they're going to be doing. When they see women, that's what the Egyptians did. That's what happened when we were coming out of Egypt. Some of the people from other nations, man, when they saw that the Most High was blessing Israel, they said, let's go. That's how we had strangers in the land with us. That's where the strangers came from. Understand? People from other nations. They saw we were ruling. They saw that the Most High was with us. They saw the miracle that the Most High was doing for us. So they clung on to us. Also, drop Zechariah. See the one of Jeremiah. Let's get Micah 4. All over the prophecies, man. The Most High revealed this in many prophets. Of the nations gonna cling. Same thing to Isaiah 14. That the Most High revealed that to the prophets. Of the nations are gonna cling. Run to Israel. When we see that the Most High is of the Israelites. Right now, nobody want to be around us. Right now, we're the nation not desired. When we gather ourselves together, they gather together before the decrees took form. Yeah. And the Most High started blessing us, raising us up in that last day, the last trump. And they see the miracles of the Most High performing for Israel. Those nations are going to run to us. Micah 4, verse 1.
The book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Most High shall be established in the top of the mountain.
See that? But in the last days it shall come to pass, future prophecy in the last days, that the mountain of the house of the Lord. What is a mountain, the house of the Lord? What does the mountain signify? The mountain signify what? Government. That the mountain, the government of the house of the Lord, the nation of Israel, shall be established in the top of the mountains. We're going to be the top dog. We're going to be a superpower. Right now they're talking about new word order, one word order, under the so-called white man. The Chinese think that because you have this 7 million man army, they're going to be the next superpower. That's just a figment of their imagination. That's not going to come to fruition. The Most High is going to establish Israel, the mountain at the top of the mountains, the government of Israel. so-called Negroes, Costa Indians, Asians, Puerto Ricans, Native Indians. You're the Israelites the Bible speaks.
Con.
You're going to be lifted up from this low state and brought to a position of prominence. Read.
The Most High shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it.
Right. You shall be exalted above the hills. Everyone is going to know the so-called name. We are the Most High's people.
Con.
You're going to be exalted above the hills. Right now they're looking down their noses at us. When the Most High starts blessing Israel, they're going to be looking up at us. Read.
Verse 2. And many nations shall come and say, Come, and let us go up to the mountain of the Most High, and to the house of the Most High of Yahweh, and he will teach us of his ways.
See that? And many nations should come and say, Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Most High. Let us go to the so-called Negroes, the Indians, the Asian Puerto Ricans, the Native Indians, the government of Israel. The Most High is with them. That's who we need to be associating ourselves with. Unto the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. Now, they don't want to know about the Most High's ways. They want to teach us their wicked ways. And the simple of our people want to cling to it. They want to teach us about that Christ died December 25th. Halloween coming up pretty soon. They want to seduce our young children with that madness. And they're going to run to it. You want to say that, January 1 is a New Year's Day. Yeah, I was working on 4th of July, which hey, you were in slavery when the so-called white man got establishes America as an independent state from England. We just heard, a lot of our people just found out recently that the Star Spangled Banner, the American national anthem, was founded in slavery, man. Was celebrating the destruction of our people. Was celebrating the destruction of our people in slavery. Our people who were fighting for freedom. They were celebrating the so-called white man's victory over us. Celebrating our destruction. But you want to pay allegiance to it. Not knowing you're paying allegiance to your own demise. That's why the Most High said what? Our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You ain't got that history, you don't know about that fact. Subliminally, man, when that sinks in your subconsciousness. You take on an inferiority complex. Always going to look up to your slave master. Yeah. But in the future, when they see the Most High is with Israel, the so-called Negroes, the senior Asian Puerto Ricans, Native Indians, they're going to say, let us go up to the nation, the mountain of the house of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. Read.
And he will walk in his paths, for the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Most High from Jerusalem.
See that? For we will walk in his paths. Right now, they don't want to walk in the Most High's path. For the law shall go forth of Zion. Right now, they don't want to hear about the law. Because their own constitution is based on their own legislation, their laws of the land, are basing on their own legislation. They don't want to hear nothing about the Most High. That's why they separate church from state. Read.
Verse 3. And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Right. Because they're going to be fearful of Israel. Because they saw that the Most High is with Israel. And so-called neighbors with sin in Puerto Rico. So they're going to be in order, in subjection, know that, hey, when we start getting that superpower. Read.
Verse 4. But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid. For the mouth of the Most High hosts have spoken it.
Right. Future prophecy. Of course, they're going to be in hard bondage because they're going to build up the gates of Israel. The nations are going to build up the walls of Israel. Hard bondage, slavery. The same thing that happened to us is going to be flipped around to them, to have a portion. And after that, they're going to have their own land. They have their own land, but they're still not going to be in subjection under the Israelites. Read.
Verse 5. For all people will walk, every one in the name of his God.
See that? For all people will walk, every one in the name of his God. You ever see the word before? This is confusing, huh? That's how we have to understand precept upon precept. For all people will walk, every one in the name of his God. Does that mean that all the nations are going to be serving the God again? No. I must you to read that. Verse 5. Yes, good. That's good. Yes, it does. That does that. Yakuza. Micah 4, verse 5. You read that? Oh, yeah. You're paying attention to that. You got a ear skill?
Is it Micah?
This could be a stumbling block to a lot of brothers. We don't understand precept upon precept. But they shall sit every man under his vine. That's talking about the all nations. Every man is going to sit under his vine. You hear that? But they shall sit every man under his vine. Read verse 3 again. Come down.
The book of Micah, chapter 4, and verse 3. And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off.
That's Israel. As per the Most High, Mashiach. Read.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Right. That's after Armageddon, after all the nations are put in subjection under Israel, are put in hard bondage to build up the walls of Israel, to build up our nation. After that's done, then war is going to cease. Now read verse 4.
Verse 4. But they shall sit every man under his vine and under and under his fig tree.
Right, every man is gonna back in their respective nations are gonna be back in their land again. But does that mean they're gonna be ruling? No. No, they're still gonna be under Israel. We're gonna have like what do you call like ambassadors. They got just like America got ambassadors, they even got garrisons. Just like in back in the days we had garrisons in different territories. In the time of David, David had garrisons in different regions that were on Israel.
Huh.
We're gonna have garrisons again. We're gonna have the equivalent of embassies. Well, we keep an eye on these different nations
Huh.
to make sure they're in accordance to Most High's laws, such as commandments, and pay tribute to Israel. Read verse 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 4. But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of the Most High host has spoken it.
Right, the Most High has spoken it. Now verse 5 is very important. A lot of people don't understand this. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. For all people will walk every one in the name of his God.
See that? What does that mean? For all people will walk everyone in the name of his God. Does that mean that everyone's going to have an idol? Does that mean the nation is going to be worshiping the God again? Does that mean that Ishmael is going to be worshiping Allah? Does it mean that Elam is going to worship Moab is going to be worshiping Buddha? Does it mean the Rastafarian is going to be worshiping Haile Selassie? He says, for all people will walk everyone in the name of his God. You're going to have idols again, huh? Is that what it's saying? Read that a precept after that, and then I'll break that down. Read it again, read it again. Read all the 5.
Okay. The book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 5. For all people will walk every one in the name of his God, and we will walk in the name of the Most High, our power, forever and ever.
So this is saying that we're going to serve the Most High, but the nations are going to serve their God? First of all, understand what the word God means. It simply means power, ruler. Understand? That's what it means. Even though we know that the Most High, in the Bible says God, we know it's talking about the Most High, we know the Most High's name is Yahweh. And that's right where it says G-O-D, and for all people will walk everyone in the name of his God. I mean that the respective nations, after they go to hard bondage or slavery, and return back to the land that they may assign to, they're gonna have rulers among themselves who report to Israel. You understand? That's what that's talking about. They're gonna have rulers amongst themselves. It doesn't mean that they're gonna be worshiping idols. You know that would make no sense. That's gonna have, you know what I mean? That they're gonna have the Ishmael gonna be worshiping Allah, Moab gonna be worshiping Buddha, and so on. It simply means that they're gonna have rulers amongst themselves while being ruled by us. Understand? We're gonna have garrisons or whatever. It's peacetime. So, but they're gonna know that we're ruling. So they're gonna have their own ruler, but at the same time, we're gonna be ruling them. Let's understand what the word God means. Just Psalms. We gotta go back to my old Bible. You get Psalms 82, verse 6.
The book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
So the Most High said, ye are gods. The Most High called us God. What does it mean? It must mean that, hey, you got power. You're powerful men. You're mighty men. You're rulers. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But obviously, the Most High didn't say, hey, you are Most High, you are God. Because he said, because back in the same precept, it said, and all of you are children of the Most High. The Most High is God as we understand God, supreme being. Understand? So when the Most High said, you are God, you see, hey, you got power. How you got the power? Because you are my children. We are the Most High children. Israel is the Most High son, even his firstborn. We got the power we got by being his chosen nation, his children. That's how we are gods, rulers, powers. Understand? So when we just read in Micah 4, verse 5, when it said that we want to return to the God, it means that hey, they're gonna have someone of their own nation ruling over them. Because right now, America is what they call a superpower. Understand? Even though these different countries got their prime minister, they got even their presidents, whatever title they give them, their leaders among themselves. We all know America that pulling their strings. We all know they obey America, whether willingly or reluctantly, they do, because America, is so influential. They get their riches from America by trading with America. You see America influencing other nations, imposing their doctrines in the democracy, wickedness, homosexuality, trying to change the laws in the different countries, trying to change, bring institute democracy in the different countries, fighting them to impose their ways in these countries. That's why the scripture says, they are drunken of the wine of America. That's what it means, drunken of the wine of America. The philosophy, Christianity, Catholicism. That's why they got a pope. The same thing with the pope. They got a pope going all over the world, different countries, trying to influence these different countries. Having the old world, worshiping the fake images of Mashiach, Yahweh, Caesar Borgia. Read verse 6 again, Psalms 82.
The book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
Right. We are.
But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes.
See that? But even though you're gods, you shall die like men, modern men, regular men, meaning you ain't got the power. No. You shall lose your power. That's what that's saying. Because of our disobedience. They'll just get Exodus 22-28. I'm going to this scripture so you can understand what God means. So you can have an understanding of what we read about, what Micah 4 verse 5 says. Understand? Because if you don't read precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, and read that verse, and go, what? That will blow your mind. Understand? So you understand what that's talking about.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22, in verse 28. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
See that? Thou shalt not revile the gods. What does it mean to revile? What does revile mean? Want to stop it? Want to take a shot at it? Kind of. Bigger than that. Disrespect. Yeah. That's what I mean. They should not revile. No, disrespect the gods. What are the gods? Why would the Moses say, do not revile the gods? Obviously, you can't be talking about idols. Say, do not disrespect. Moses said, do not disrespect the idols. You know that what he's talking about. Because of the rulers. And it's in the same, it says it right there in the same precept, the same sentence, same verse. Read it again, the whole 28.
The book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 28. Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people.
Right. So that's what a God is, a ruler, someone to rule, ruler. The Most High is our God, our ruler. Understand? So Micah 4 is talking about those nations having a ruler of sort amongst themselves. Because just like if you want to use America as an example, you got the president, then you got the different states, you got the governor, then you got your different local governments. Understand? But we have a higher government that they report. You have mayors in different cities, city council members. But they have higher authority in the law, law of the land. So that's what that's talking about. Don't get Psalms. No, I'm sorry. Get 1 Corinthians 8, verse 5.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8, verse 5. For though there be that are called gods.
See, but though there be that are called gods, and these gods, it could be idols. In this context, I think it's probably the idols. Read it again.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8, verse 5. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many.
See that? But though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven, because a lot of people worship the sun, moon, and stars. I say, hey, that's God, God of rain, God of sun, God of this. That's the Ishmaelites. No wonder the Most High didn't establish his covenant with them. He had a God for every day of the week. Every day of the year, for that matter. They learned monotheism, which is the worship of one God, from us Israelites. That popped up. Another nerve to want to have us worship Allah, their God, which is a stone. And we didn't slaughter our people. But though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, and they worship Haile Selassie. They call him God, the Sumerians do. They worship man here on earth. Read.
Verse 6. But to us there is but one power.
But to us there is, you can read it. This is word for word.
But to us there is but one God.
See that? But to us there's only one God. Most High, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh. The Father, read on.
The Father of whom are all things, and we in him. And one Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, by whom are all things, and we by him.
Right. There are many gods. They're talking off in Psalm 96 and 5.
The book of Psalms, chapter 96 and verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Most High made the heavens.
Right. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Most High made the heavens. So we have to understand We know most of the time when we see the word God, it's referring to idols, the idols of the other nations. But in the one particular case, in Micah 4, verse 5, it was referring to the rulers among themselves. Understand? Let's go back to Micah. We're gonna wrap it up with that. Yeah, Micah 4. Read 5 again, verse 5 again.
The book of Micah, chapter 4, and verse 5. For all people will walk, every one, in the name of his God, and we will walk in the name of the Most High, our power, forever and ever. In that day, saith the Most High, will I assemble her that halteth, and I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted.
Now, let's finish it off with Isaiah 11:11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Most High shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign, and he shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west, of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab. And the children of Ammon shall obey them, and the Most High shall utterly destroy the tongue. And with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the seven streams, and make men go over dry shod. And there shall be an highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came up out of the land of Egypt.
Right. So the Most High is going to be gathering Israel from the four corners of the earth once again, just like he did back in the day when he gathered us from Egypt. And he's going to make a path across Israelites from the four corners of the earth to walk over, so to speak, dry shod. Just like we walk through the Red Sea on dry land. To go to Israel, our homeland, the land of the Most High gave to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for an everlasting possession. So we keep in mind for that. That's the homeland. I know we all know that, but we need to have our arsenal. We need to have our, this. So that we need to have scriptures. You understand? Because you're surrounded by people who think they have higher knowledge. Understand? And usually they shout it down and all that. In most cases, the only way you can do is silence them. It's not with your own words, man. With the word of the Most High. Understand? With the word, that's your arsenal right there. That's your defense right there. With the word of the Most High to silence them. And they're done. With that, we're going to say shalom to the nation of Israel. And shalom to everyone on our live stream on YouTube YouTube Live, Facebook Live, wherever you are. Conference calls. We're gonna send about the machine for Psalm 133. I'm on the Wapanya. Yarashima. Tell the place Jerusalem. Psalm 133. Shayar,
Shayar,
Amaiwa,
Amaawa,
Nadawa,
Ladawa,
Hana,
Ana,
Ma,
Amad,
Tawa,
Tawab,
Wama,
Mamad,
Ayam,
Ayayam,
Shabbat,
Sharat,
Akyam,
Akyam,
Ram,
Am,
Yakat,
Yakat,
Hashaman,
Hashaman,
Atawa,
Hatawab,
Al,
Ayel,
Araash,
Araash,
Yarad,
Yarat,
Al,
Ayel,
Azakwan,
Azakwan,
Zakwan,
Zakwan,
Aran,
Ayaran,
Shayarad,
Shayarat,
Al,
Ayel,
Haya,
Riyah,
Madawak, Yawa,
Arawakiwa,
Katal,
Katzol,
Arongwan,
Amrakwan,
Shayarad,
Shayarat,
Al,
Ayel,
Araya,
Araya,
Tazayawa,
Tazawan,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Sham,
Sham,
Tazawa,
Tazawa,
Lahawa,
Yahweh, Af,
Abaraka,
Abarakah,
Kayawam,
Ayawam,
I,
Ai,
Awalam,
Ayalam,
Sham,
Bahashem,
Dawasham,
Yahushai,
the water,
the water,
Aman.
Aman.
That's not fine.
Psalm 133 in English. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as a dew of Hermon, and as a dew that ascended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life, forevermore. Bahashem, Hamashiach Yahushai, Warakanyad, Aman.
Aman.
Hallelujah.
Shalom, shalom.